My name is Marsha LeBoeuf, and I am costume director for Washington National Opera. Well, people really relate to costumes because we all wear clothes. So you get in a fitting, and a lot of times people think a costume is going to fit a certain way because they say, oh, it's a shirt, it's a jacket, it's a pair of trousers. I know what that feels like. I wear those things. It's not exactly the same. Designers get their ideas from anywhere, as do directors, and once those designs are fleshed out in a two-dimensional piece of paper, a discussion happens with the costume makers, pattern makers, fabric dyers, milliners, all sorts of people with wonderful skills. And I like to say it goes from a two-dimensional drawing to a three-dimensional piece of fabric being draped on a form similar to that, back to a two-dimensional pattern that's cut on fabric and sewn into a three-dimensional garment. So as we go back and forth between those two dimensions to create a costume. The type of construction we do may seem very heavy at first. We put interlining in costumes, especially fitted bodices. We put boning, actually steel bones that are put in cloth casings to help the line of a figure stay smooth. When you're in your own street clothes, and if you go outside and you raise your hands or you run or jump or something like that, your shirt tail is going to come out and you're going to tuck it back in and you're going to walk or you're going to keep going. Well, on stage, you might not have an opportunity to raise your hands and walk and jump and then tuck your shirt tail back in. That might not be in keeping with your character's movement. So sometimes we'll have to put some rigging inside a shirt or a pair of trousers so that when you do raise your arms and put them back down, everything resolves. This is all under structure. It's why we refer to costumes being built rather than stitched or sewn or something like that. We build costumes. There's a certain amount of athleticism involved in singing, and we have to be sure that whatever they are wearing accommodates that athleticism. And you may think it's strange to use that word, but the physical nature of singing is something that you have to build up to. That's something that you have to practice your body for. And obviously bodies wear costumes, so the costume has to work for the singer. You don't go on stage in a costume, at least not with this company, without having gone through a fitting and alterations to customize it to you. Costuming for opera is a great recycling story. When we do productions, they are meant to be kept as productions and revived from time to time. Sometimes we rent them to other companies. Just by example, our production of Rigoletto was new in 1983. It's been rented all over this country, and we've used those costumes at least 3 times since then. It's been a labor of love all these years. The position has changed quite a bit, but at the base of it then and now, my responsibility is to make sure that every costume seen on our stages, any costume that is seen in public with our labels in it, has a certain standard of quality that we have worked hard to maintain all these years.